Country music star Vince Gill has lived through a life full of great moments and tough times, but the latest news has left fans really sad. He's known for his beautiful voice and songs that touch your heart. Vince has always put his whole life into his music, connecting with people all around the world. But the newest thing that happened is everyone who loves him feeling worried. What has happened to this favorite singer? Come with us as we look into the story about Vince Gill's latest sad news. But before we start, how much do I really know about Vince Gill? If your only way of knowing him is through his music, it's time to learn the story behind the songs, starting with his early years. On a bright spring day in 1957 in the nice town of Norman, Oklahoma, a young life meant for greatness was born. Vincent Grant Gill came into the world on April 12th, the youngest of three kids born to Jerry and Stan Gill. From the very beginning, Vince was surrounded by the songs and beats that would later shape his amazing career in country music. Vince's father, Stan Gill, was a man who could do many things. He was a respected judge during the day and a skilled tutor and banjo player at night. Jerry, Vince's mother, also added to the family's musical feel by singing with her soulful voice and playing the harmonica. The Gill family often sat around the radio, listening to the famous songs from the Grand Ole Opry, and also the exciting new sounds of rock and roll that were getting popular with people across the country. It was clear from a young age that little Vince had a special gift. He started playing his grandmother's guitar when he was just 5 years old, quickly learning the classic song Old Shep. 3 years later, Vince and his half-brother Bob started their own group, playing for local radio listeners with their version of the Beach Boys' Long Tall Texan. The smooth singing and fun energy of their show hinted at the musical talent that was yet to come. Seeing his son's growing talent, Stan Gill made sure to help Vince's musical skills by arranging for him to take guitar lessons from a local expert named J. Julian Atkins. Vince's love for the instrument only got stronger, and he became a regular at his school show and tell times, amazing his classmates with his soulful version of The House of the Rising Sun. But Vince's musical skills went far beyond the guitar. During his teenage years, he worked hard to master many different instruments, including the dobro, fiddle, banjo, mandolin, and bass guitar. His ability to play many things would later become a special part of his talent, letting him easily mix different styles and push the limits of country music. Vince's love for music grew even more when he became friends with the son of his father's friend, another bluegrass fan who showed him the genre's amazing sounds. Fascinated by the raw energy and beautiful harmonies of bluegrass, Vince knew that this was the path he wanted to follow. After finishing high school, Vince didn't waste any time in making his musical dreams come true. He started his own bluegrass band called Mountain Smoke and even got the chance to open for the hard rock band Kiss. But the experience wasn't easy, according to Vince. The wild crowd started booing and throwing objects at the stage during Mountain Smoke's set, making the young musician respond with a rude gesture before leaving the stage. Not stopped by this problem, Vince decided to leave his home state and move to the bluegrass capital of Kentucky. There, he joined the band's Bluegrass Alliance, and Boone Creek, the second one, also had the talented Ricky Skaggs as a member. This time in his life turned out to be a very important step as Vince kept working on his skills and learning more about the bluegrass style. In 1976, Vince made the big decision to move to the busy city of Los Angeles, California. There, he briefly joined the backing band of famous fiddle player Byron Berlin, making his musical knowledge even bigger and gaining helpful experience on the West Coast scene. As Vince's journey continued, it became more and more clear that he was no ordinary musician. The editors of the Encyclopedia of Country Music perfectly described him as one of today's biggest country superstars, praising his acting tenor, award-winning songwriting skills, and amazing guitar playing that rivals that of any top Nashville session player. Vince's singing style, known by its bluegrass-influenced phrasing, has been a defining part of his talent. Music critic Steve Huey of AllMusic saw Vince as one of the most respected musicians in the history of country music, noting the important role his early work played in the neo-traditional country movements of the late 1980s and early 1990s. Beyond his country music roots, Vince's different interests have also been clear in his work with the band Pure Prairie League and his time as a member of the legendary Eagles. This willingness to explore different musical styles has only helped to make his reputation as a versatile and boundary-pushing artist. In the words of Entertainment Weekly's Sarah Rodman, Vince Gill is the Oklahoma native with Thetner kissed by angels and the guitar skills of a man who made a deal with devil. She explained more about his status, saying that he rose to become one of the most respected names in country music, often serving as a link between the classic artists that came before him and the generation of stars that have followed in his footsteps. Country Standard Times' Jeffrey B. Rems agreed with these thoughts, describing Vince as a fine singer with his sturdy tenor and a guitarist whose skills were considered top-notch. Rems also noted Vince's impressive live shows, which could sometimes go for up to 3 hours. Showing his strong dedication and stage presence, Guitar World's Joe Bosso perfectly captured the heart of Vince's guitar playing, noting his skillful and sweetly expressive soloists in both flat-picking and fingerstyle techniques. Vince himself talked about his approach, saying Faith simply plays what's needed. Joe Scaife, author of the Vince Gill story, also highlighted how unique Vince's guitar playing abilities were, noticing that it was unusual for country music artists to be great at both lead guitar and singing. She also made comparisons between Vince's style and the famous sounds of Eric Clapton and Chet Atkins. Vince's musical influences are as different as his talents. He has mentioned the legendary Merle Haggard as one of his main inspirations, describing him as the greatest singer, the greatest phraser. And then on top of that, his songs are really poetic also. Vince has talked about the impact of female artists like Patsy Cline and Kitty Wells, who he grew up listening to, as well as the honest and gritty sounds of Bruce Springsteen and John Fogerty. Vince's own songwriting is known for a simplicity that lived in the works of the legendary Hank Williams. Scaife noted that Vince's albums often had a higher number of self-written songs compared to his peers. Vince's musical skill and creative vision have not gone unnoticed by his peers. Artists like Jamie Johnson, who played bass in Vince's band in the late 1990s, have looked for his guidance and help, while country and bluegrass singer Charlie Worsham has mentioned Lisa Jane as one of the first songs he learned to play on the guitar. In a gesture of kindness, Vince even gave Worsham a custom-made guitar in 2018, proving his status as a generous and supportive person within the music community. But there's more to Vince than what you see. Remember that beautiful, soul-touching song Go Rest High on That Mountain? It's a song that has connected with so many people, especially those who have lost someone they deeply loved. For Vince Gill, the song is very personal, wrapped up in sadness, friendship, and family. Yet it's also become a song that helps countless others through their own hard times. The story behind Go Rest High on That Mountain starts with Vince's friend and fellow musician Keith Whitley. Keith was a country music star with a voice that could melt hearts. But in 1989, he died tragically because of alcohol poisoning. Vince was crushed by his friend's sudden death and tried to capture those raw, overwhelming feelings in a song. But sadness is a strange thing. Sometimes words just won't come out. Vince struggled to find the right lines and he left the song unfinished for years. Unable to write down his feelings of sorrow and loss, jump ahead to 1993. And Vince faced another blow when his brother Bob died. This new wave of grief reopened those old wounds and Vince found himself going back to the song he had started for Keith. This time he was ready. All sadness, love, and memories poured out. And he was finally able to finish the song. Go Rest High on That Mountain became a tribute not just to his friend Keith but also to his brother Bob. Each line became a way to honor their lives and their impact on Vince in 1995. Go Rest High on That Mountain was released and it didn't take long for it to connect with people across the world, from funerals to memorial gatherings and quiet moments of remembrance. The song became an anthem for anyone who's faced the pain of losing someone. And Vince's performances, they still hit home. When he sings it, he often has to fight back tears. It's as if through the music he's reaching out to his lost loved ones, feeling their presence and inviting everyone else to feel theirs too. The story of this song isn't just about a friend or even just about his brother. It's wrapped up in Vince's own life story and the losses he's had to bear along the way. Growing up, Vince's family went through a lot. When he was a teenager, his parents separated, which left him with feelings he would carry into adulthood. That early heartbreak became a part of his music. You can feel it in his songs, the longing, the search for family, and the importance of love and connection. Later, when his father died, it made those themes of love, loss, and family even stronger, and they echo through much of his work. Even years after it came out, every time Vince plays Go Rest I on That Mountain, it's like he's reliving those memories, both painful and comforting. The audience sees it too. They feel his real emotions. Vince doesn't just sing, he invites a variant to experience the journey with him, to remember their own loved ones, to find a moment of peace in the song's words and melody. That honesty and openness are what make people come back to his music time and again. It's what makes his songs feel like a hug, a shared understanding of life's hardest moments. Go Rest High on That Mountain might be Vince's most famous song of this type, but it's far from the only one where he taps into these deep emotions. In 1995, Vince released the album When Love Finds You, and you can feel the samurai, honest storytelling throughout it. Songs like Maybe Tonight and I Still Believe in You let listeners into Vince's world where love isn't simple. The future can feel uncertain, and the heart aches for what it's lost. Fans found themselves connecting with these songs too, feeling like Vince was speaking for them, capturing their own ups and downs. One song on that album, What the World Needs Now, tells a story from the point of view of a woman whose husband has left her. Even though Vince wrote it, it's like he was stepping into her shoes, capturing the feelings of loss and loneliness with such care. There's something interesting about Vince Gill's music. Even in his happiest songs, you can sense a little bit of sadness. Take One More Last Chance, for instance. It's a fun, upbeat song about romance, but underneath joy, there's a sense that everything's fragile, that love and happiness are precious and can slip away. Vince has this talent for holding both joy and sorrow in his music, which makes it feel more real. Life isn't just one thing. It's a mix, and Vince captures that beautifully. What makes Vince's music special is that it feels deeply personal, yet it also feels like he's singing just for you. His lyrics reach into your heart and find those hidden, tucked away feelings. Especially if you've experienced loss or heartbreak, Vince's songs have a way of speaking to the listener's soul, touching on things that are often hard to put into words. For Vince, music has been a way to deal with the tough times. He's taken his heartache, his family struggles, and his personal losses and turned them into songs that bring comfort not only to himself but to so many others. That's the magic of music, isn't it? It helps us get through things, find a little healing, and feel a little less alone. On a deeper and personal level, Vince Gill's life has been a journey filled with both success and hard times. He has dealt with the complexities of personal relations and faced health battles that have threatened to stop his career. Vince's marriage to Janice Oliver, a fellow musician and member of the Sweethearts of the Rodeo, began to suffer under the strain of fame and conflicting schedules. Despite their shared love of music, the constant travel and pressure led to a painful separation, ending in a divorce in 1997. This was a difficult time for Vince, as he struggled with the breakdown of a marriage while remaining a devoted father to his daughter Jenny. The divorce forced Vince to face his own weaknesses and search for a way to heal. This chapter of his life was another reminder of the price of fame and the sacrifices that often come with it. His music during this time reflects a man going through a change. His songs carried themes of heartache, regret, and self-discovery, connecting with fans who had experienced similar struggles. Just when he thought love might be behind him, Vince found a new beginning with Christian music legend Amy Grant. The two shared a deep connection, and their relationship grew. They married in 2000, blending their families and beginning a new chapter. But blending families isn't always easy, and Vince had to deal with challenges that come with stepchildren, co-parenting, and adjusting to a new family dynamic. Despite the obstacles, Vince found stability and happiness with Amy. He credits her with being his rock during some of the toughest times in his life. Together, they created a loving home, and his music became a reflection of the healing, joy, and thankfulness he found in his second marriage. The couple has often worked together on music projects, giving fans a look into their shared passion. Their duets, such as the hit song House of Love, showcase the undeniable chemistry and artistic connection they share. But that's not all. Vince Gill has had his share of health struggles over the years, which have sometimes forced him to step back from the spotlight. One of the biggest challenges was his battle with kidney stones in 2018. This condition led to a severe kidney infection, causing him terrible pain and making it necessary to go to the hospital. The timing of this health issue was particular uncentar as it led to the cancellation of several performances, including a highly anticipated daparin at the CMA Awards. In addition to his kidney problems, Vince Gill was diagnosed with a congenital heart condition in 2020. This condition, which affects the blood flow from his lungs to his heart, was a significant health scare for the musician and his fans. Vince took time off to focus on his recovery, and his strength during this period is a testament to his determination and will. Despite these setbacks, Vince Gill has remained a pillar of the country music community, a revered artist whose impact reaches far beyond his own success. He has used his platform to support the work of other musicians, particularly up-and-coming artists. Vince's commitment to mentoring and supporting the next generation of country stars has earned him the respect and admiration of his peers. One of the most notable examples of Vince's generosity and dedication to the industry is his work with the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. As a member of the museum's board of directors, Vince has played a crucial role in preserving the history and legacy of country music. He has lent his voice and expertise to various projects, ensuring that the stories and contributions of legendary artists are honored and celebrated. Moreover, Vince Gill's charitable efforts extend beyond the music industry. He has been a steadfast supporter of various charitable organizations, lending his time and resources to causes that are close to his heart. From supporting local children's hospitals to advocating for animal welfare, Vince's commitment to making a positive impact in the world is a testament to his character and the values he holds dear. One of the most remarkable aspects of Vince's career is the way he has been able to balance high-sound personal struggles with a deep sense of thankfulness and humility. Despite the trials he has faced, he remains fiercely dedicated to his craft, constantly trying to push himself and grow as an artist. This unwavering commitment to excellence, coupled with his genuine compassion for his fans, has earned him respect and admiration of the entire music industry. In recent years, Vince has also become a respected mentor and advocate for young and aspiring musicians. He has lent his time and expertise to countless up-and-coming artists, offering guidance, encouragement, and a listening ear. This generosity of spirit is proof of Vince's deeply rooted belief in the power of music to heal, inspire, and bring people together, whether he's performing his signature ballads or experimenting with new sounds and genres. Vince Gill remains a constant source of inspiration, a beacon of authenticity in an industry that can sometimes feel impersonal and disconnected. His music is a reflection of the man himself, honest, vulnerable, and deeply felt. And it is this unwavering commitment to emotional truth that has made his status solid as one of the greatest musical storytellers of our time. Retro Claude can make mistakes,